for an act to establish the Nigerian Diaspora Commission was passed by the 7th National Assembly, but it was not assented to by the President because it was towards the end of the tenure of the last administration. However, the 8th National Assembly, specifically the House of Representatives, has passed the bill, having gone through the third reading. The bill is now with the Senate for concurrence or harmonization. The diaspora will therefore engage major stakeholders on the importance, content, and structure of the bill for the establishment of the Diaspora Commission. We also have our interviews and our Diasporan of the Week, news and your mails. Welcome to the Diaspora. I am Gabriel Odu. Let's begin our conversation with the Senior Special Advisor to the President on Foreign Affairs and Diaspora, Abike Dabri Erewa.
Well, you know that the rules of the House, since the bill passed, which I sponsored in the 7th Assembly, was passed by the House, also passed by the Senate, but not signed into law then by former President Jonathan, because in fairness to him, it was like the last week of the administration, so I guess it got lost in transit or something. So the rules of the House says you do not start all over again. So working with Honorable Joanne Oyemachi from Delta State, you know, she sponsored the bill again, and the House, of course, knowing that it's a bill the Speaker and leadership are very familiar with, I'm not surprised it has been passed by the House. So, but however, it's a major step forward. But however, we call on the Senate to do the same thing, and I'm glad that the Senate has Senator Rose Oko as the Chairman Senate Committee on Diaspora, and Senator Rose Oko has also presented the bill. It has gone for first reading, so they're waiting for second reading and the public hearing. So hopefully, a couple of months, the Senate will fast track as the House has done. Because you see, when people say commission, this is a different kind of commission. This is the commission that will bring a lot of things back to the country. Right. It's a commission that will earn you money. It's a commission that will earn you revenue. Already, we're talking of people that represented $21 billion, and they're going to do a lot more. We're talking of people that are willing and ready. You know, when people say, oh, commission, do you need another commission? It goes beyond that. 26 countries have full diaspora ministries. And I think more than that, we're asking for just the commission. And we're talking about over 12 million Nigerians in the diaspora who remitted $21 billion to Nigeria last year alone, who are doing great things all over the world, who are described as the most educated immigrants all over the world, who are excelling in every field. Nigeria will not be doing itself a favor by ignoring them. So this commission will be a one-stop agency to deal with those matters. What we're doing now is basically ad hoc, but we're glad that the President has deemed it fit to set up this office, so we have better engagement with them. But this agency will be strictly for them. Right. And you know what? It's going to earn Nigeria more money. It's going to earn Nigeria a whole lot of good. It's going to make Nigeria a better place to live in. 70% of doctors, black doctors in America, are Nigerians. And they're there, able and willing and eager to be part of what their country is doing. So you need to coordinate, you need to synergize, you need to get things together. And that is why this commission is long overdue.
Right, we're just saying that it's a veritable platform of harnessing all the professional skills of Nigerians in the diaspora.
It is a veritable platform to harness the enormous skills, enormous talents, enormous resources of Nigerians in the diaspora. And we cannot afford not to have it. In fact, we deserve to have a full ministry for diaspora. But let's take one step at a time. Because, you know, 26 countries have such ministries, so we shouldn't be left behind. Even in Africa, they have. And what excuse do we have? Being the largest in Africa, and we have this. I mean, it's amazing what Nigerians in the diaspora are doing. When people say you have a passion, of course you have a passion because you see these people excelling, and you're wondering what is happening in your country. So this commission is long overdue. It's going to be a great platform, an effective platform, a veritable platform to engage Nigerians in the diaspora. So we appeal to the Senate, and I'm confident of Senator Rose Oko's leadership that under our leadership, this bill will be passed by the Senate, and you know, in their own case, they'll have a public hearing, so you can speak more about the bill and get more Nigerians in the diaspora involved in the process of passing the bill. So I thank the House for making this bill pass through within their first year in office. So this is one of the achievements of the House in its first year in office, that they care about Nigerians in diaspora, that they care about a group of people that will make and are making tremendous impact on their country. So I'm sure the Senate will do the same thing, and eventually, I see us having this full-scale, full commission that will change a lot of things in Nigeria as far as Nigerians in diaspora are concerned. So I'm excited, actually.
Next on our lineup is the chairman, House Committee on Diaspora, Rita Oji.
It's a veritable platform.
Very wonderful.
Issues that affect the diaspora.
I said
national development.
everything surrounding the activities and existence of diaspora, both in their host country and in this country, in fact one of the main reasons why that project is formed. So I thank God it went on. The diasporas will be rest assured we are on. As you see the letter going, we are meeting with INEC to finalize the bill on diaspora voting. Hopefully by 2019, Nigerians in
what
diaspora.
What other juicy component of the bill that will think like interest diasporans?
Wow. The juicy thing is what? Their investment will be well protected. They will have opportunity of investing into the economy. They will have opportunity of developing their home country without going through bottlenecks. Their activities will be coordinated. Their welfare and well-being will be brought to focus. Because if you have a commission, every issue concerning diaspora will be all surrounded within that commission. So they will no longer be treated as absentee people. You understand? Yeah, they will have right. When they are investing into the economy, they will equally have right to vote. They have right to say who they want to rule them.
Yeah, it's like the home government.
Yeah.
Don't even know the importance of the commission. You know?
Yes, I think maybe some of them don't know. We'll go on sensitization anyway. Hence, it's done here, waiting for the Senate. By the time the asset is given, we go on sensitization of what is embedded into that commission. But without having a diaspora commission, who are you going to meet? If you go to foreign affairs, you only have people to work with, but you don't have an established structure that will take care of diaspora matters and their issues. Nigerians are doing well everywhere. In the United States, we have wonderful. In fact, the commission will enable us to even talk about Nigerians that are doing well. We don't have only Nigerians that are doing bad. Exactly. We have wonderful Nigerian students that are breaking the gist everywhere, doing what is difficult for even the host countries to do. I was surprised to know that there was a Nigerian that wrote security issues about Afghanistan, was there for years. A Nigerian. I met one again in Houston. The same thing. When you meet wonderful Nigerians, because there is no commission to harness their potentials, to let Nigerians know, oh, we have so person here, we only have them on the social media. So I think it's a welcome development for Nigerians to work on the commission and the diasporans. It will give them a sense of belonging, because you don't work on strong men and women. That's the problem we have in Nigeria. Rita is a strong person. Today when I go, I'm gone. But if I have a strong institution, when another person comes, you will see where I have stopped. You will start from there.
Exactly. Institutions are more enduring.
More.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'll call on you again. And
I'm awesome. Of course, I'm very ready for that.
We are not done yet with diaspora matters. Victor Ugo was the former vice chairman, board of directors, Nigerian Diaspora Organization Americas. He shared his thoughts with us on the matter. As a Nigerian living in Atlanta, what's your take on this? What was the benefits of the diaspora establishment of the Diaspora Commission to you and your folks?
This is an interesting question. Firstly, let me give you a little bit background how the diaspora bill came about. That the President Musa Yar'Adua, he visited the United States, and the then ambassador invited the NIDO board members to come and meet with him. And when they met with him, late President Yar'Adua gave them a task. We want you to come up with a platform that will outline the best way that the government can harness diaspora resources.
Fantastic.
And a framework was put together by the then board. The Diaspora Commission was extrapolated from that framework.
Right.
If you have that framework side by side, you know that everything in the Diaspora Commission came from that framework that was submitted by NIDO. But the summary of the whole thing is the best way to engage diasporans. Having like a middleman that will stand between the government and the diaspora, and making sure that diasporans can have input in the affairs in the country, and making sure that, for instance, diasporans will be able to bring in their expertise without hindrance, making sure that the politicians don't hijack our efforts. So the Diaspora Commission is supposed to bring our thoughts, our ideas, and our resources straight to the government and make sure that they are actually put into practice.
If you are just joining us, this is the Diaspora on the NTA. Do stay with us.
NTA, Nigerian Television Authority. For more information and news updates, visit our website at www.nta.ng, or you can follow us on Twitter at NTA News Now, or you can like us on Facebook at NTA Network News. Stay connected on our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/NTA News Online. Watch our live stream at www.nta.ng/live. NTA, you can't beat the rich.
Good to have you back. Now to our Diaspora of the week.
What you want?
Yes, that's
Where have
true.
you been?
We've been busy around the rural areas, touching lives.
Touching lives. Right. How are you touching lives?
We're imparting them with skills. You know very well now that we have a lot of educated youths, but they are not skilled for the informal sector. So we're trying to bring them up to skill.
So, as a Nigerian diaspora, what are you contributing to skill acquisition of Nigerian youth to get them more empowered, to get them more engaged, to reducing the high rate of unemployment in Nigeria?
As a diasporan, of course, we are doing a bit. We have noticed very well that our ICT revolution is still very low compared to other parts of the world, even other African countries, even though we have a lot of users on the internet, but had not discovered how to use it in earning a living. And so we have caught up with the niche. A3 Foundation is a foundation, Aisha Abubakar Audu Foundation, that coming out of the diaspora, Maryland, US, to be precise, we had partnered with Rockefeller. Rockefeller, of course, you know, is an international organization that has always supported and has acted as a catalyst for programs that will enhance and impact lives. A3 Foundation partnered with them to train 1,000 youth in developing skills on how to use ICT to empower themselves, either for getting jobs, that is to be recruited into the workforce, create the workforce in which they will be empowered to run themselves, create hubs for them to be entrepreneurs on the ICT forum globally, and at the same time
trained them to be hardware and software technicians. The 3 Foundation was able to work with Microsoft, use the good platforms to do our recruitment, make sure we have the right people in the right age. We were working with 18 to 35 age group.
Okay.
And we had a niche for the high potential but disadvantaged youth, which means not necessarily that you have been into a formal education to the point of being a graduate,
Right.
but that you are smart, you're a smart kid, and you are able to use the systems, your equipment, your devices well. Those are our target points. And so we were able to use those, create portals that worked, and worked with 6 states. I was concentrating on the Middle Belt.
Oh, okay.
And easier for me to walk around Abuja, Nasarawa, Kogi. We went out to Bauchi. We also, of course, Niger State. And then we're waiting on Kaduna and Katsina. So we touched around as much as possible within the Middle Belt and the North. We also have an engagement with NDDC and the Amnesty Program to impact and train them. We do 100 a state, and in some states we did 200. Bauchi, 200, Niger, 200, and Kogi, 200. Other states we were able to do 100, and when I mean 100 trained and 100 recruited for job.
Okay. That is more important.
Yes, more important. We're not just training.
Yeah.
The opportunities that we have is to put these people into practical jobs. Where we can get employment for them, we put them into clusters, make them agents to existing businesses, put them into cooperatives,
Right.
and then let them do their own business. And so they become business owners, and that has worked. You have programs that are going with the money, online banking system, with the revolution of cashless society. There's a big gap there, and we have to put these youth into the system and to be able to be owners of their own business. They don't need much. They just need their system, either a phone, a smartphone, or a laptop, an iPad, and then the business centers can be of use to them too. And so there's everything around them. They don't need a brick and mortar office. Visual offices could help them too. And so we have succeeded in putting a Cisco certified training program, whereby we first partner with the institutions, because most of the institutions are academies that we work with. So we come to a community where university has never really done a social responsibility program before. And so we take these youths from the street and then bring them in. First we qualify the school to become a Cisco Academy. We spend some good money on that and bring them up to date so that even when we're through with the program, this can continue. Now when these youths are trained and given their certification, even from the school environment, you need a technician. You don't need to go hire someone from Abuja when you have someone in the community who can dismantle and reassemble your computer. So even the schools with all the government programs where you have TEDFund has funded them with labs, you have the JAM programs, they run into some problems and they have to invite people from outside their locality. So we have made it a community enhanced project where you add value to your immediate community. So from there they even begin to get useful. Then they learn how to buy and share data using their phones, sell airtime electronically, which those that were not trained did not think it's something they could do. And then when you now come back to the reality of it, agriculture is striving. The rural areas must be carried along. And so you have these youths now learning to download or create apps that can actually bring produce of their own family to the marketplace. Quite interesting.
Fantastic.
Quite interesting.
So why did you conceive this idea, right?
Being a diasporan is very, very crucial to our existence now. First, we learn to give back.
Right.
And then that's what the society out there puts us through. We're not looking at money making. We're looking at imparting lives. We're looking at what is there, what opportunity do we have to use. You want to create jobs. The physical and physical employment down work is more difficult to grasp now. And then you have all the tools. Most importantly, the data
Right.
is available to you. So most of the youth might not have funds to go into the data business or buy enough data to be able to do enough work on the internet. So we partnered with the governments, partnered with organizations within the area to give them some startup funding. Even 20,000 is enough for someone to be able to earn 50, 60,000 in a month. And then the Emirates, the local councils, they're all in it. We make effort. And today, the youths are very lucky that the government of today, under the leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari, has launched programs. So we had these youths prepared to be able to compete, to get registered into these programs, to be teachers and be able to use the system, to also be able to access funding where the billions of nairas are being issued out to these youths, either in groups, you get 10 million, or as an individual, you get 3 million. So these youths are prepared and they are launching. And we, A3 Foundation, all the youths that have gone under us, 1,000 youths to be precise, 800 has been graduated, about 700 has been able to get registered as agents, have something to do and are doing it. Those that are still having problem with data, we are working with them so there could be bandwidths available through Ministry of Communication in parks and areas where they can strive. So I'm talking of 1,000. We're looking at 250,000 in Africa.
Wow.
And so I have to grab as much as possible for our youths. Digital Africa, Digital Job Africa is the platform on which Rockefeller is supporting the youth. You have Google doing something today. Digitize Nigeria, digitize Africa. We have to have our youth mobilized to get enough skills to now become useful. I believe that the Nigerian government is of age for e-governance. And before that will happen, we have to have all our old documents transformed into digitized documents.
Right.
So digitalization today is something we cannot run away from. Now, if we have these youth in hubs in local communities running their own centers, then the government agencies can always go to them to feed in data that they can send to the overall Nigeria system. Take for example, the election period.
All right.
I mean, I want to talk about that because I know that we always do last minute preparation, sending numbers, individual numbers. No, we can create call centers out of these mini youth centers that we're trying to create. And then they become useful and giving information ahead of time. Even as Nigeria faces a security crisis, exactly, it's going to, we have, when international community is reaching out to us and we say we don't have data, I feel bad. It's something within our reach if only we can just get everybody, get our hands on deck. And I tell you, these youths are ready. Yeah, and the job space out there is endless. You have Jamia, you know, the online shopping.
Right.
It came from some youth. This is it. It could be just in your local community. It could be international. It could be worldwide. We have the fashion designers coming up fast. And then we're linking them to manufacturing companies already. So you have your style, you actually go online, get someone to adopt your style, create the dress for them, and then ship them. No contact.
It's really keeping the youth busy.
It will.
And keep them out of trouble.
Certainly.
All right.
Certainly.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Yes. How do you feel? I have a feeling you feel excited doing that.
I am very excited doing it. I mean, I used to think that being online or being IT savvy, you have to be some special product, but I've bumped into it and I'm moving, and a lot of girls and women at home must catch on to this. I discovered this when I had my last child in the States, sitting there and trying to grasp how I'm going to move on. I noticed that making money online through web community that is selling insurance, selling vitamins, it was just a big deal. And you just catch on or hooking onto a call center. And so I thought that, hey, I've benefited from this, and there are partners out there ready to push out as much as 1 million youths to be IT savvy. Why don't we take advantage?
Our email is thediasporanta@gmail.com. and Twitter handle at the Diaspora, or text only to +234 8033114000. That's it for this week. Bye.